All right, that sounds good. Well, thanks. I appreciate the chance, the opportunity to be a part of tonight's call. I am excited to be able to share with you a few tips as you use ISA tools to build your business. My name is JJ Oswald. I apologize that I couldn't hear the formal introduction, but I just want to give you a little bit of background as to who I am. I'm one of the owners of Sound Concepts. We have served the direct selling industry for more than 25 years, providing sales tools in a variety of formats, hard copy sales tools like what you see on isasalestools.com, as well as the digital products that we offer through ISA Tools app. We've learned a lot over the years as we've served, more than 50 different direct selling companies. We understand the importance of tools and how they help build our business. And really want to share some insights today and a few tips as to how you can use tools to build your business. So as we use ISA tools, what I look at here, we have a variety of different assets that you can use that are part of the app. You'll see that there are a library of videos, podcasts, PDFs. You can see that there's the entire lookbook is right here that you can share, as well as coaching emails. I'm going to dive into each of these different items and share with you a few tips as you build business that might be helpful. So I want to first begin by talking about videos. And to me, videos are the most important medium that you have available to you when it comes to sharing the isogenic story. The reason why I like videos so much is because they really help tell the entire story so that you don't have to. And in order to create duplication within this business, that's really imperative that you use tools to do that. The tools I really liked, I highly recommend the use of tools for a lot of reasons. The first reason is they create activity. So whenever you encourage the use of tools, it creates activity within the group. And that's imperative, as you get going. The more active your group is, the more actively you are in sharing the story, a direct result of that is generated income. The other reason why I like tools is because they create duplication, and especially videos. When you can allow the video to be the message and you're simply the messenger, that's when you create that duplication. If you can teach the same thing to your team, that's also going to really help and benefit you. So that's why I like videos so much. Now I want to share with you why videos and sharing them through the ISA Tools app is so effective. So when I come in to share a video, say I want to share the Transform Your Life video. I select the video. After I selected the video, you'll notice along the bottom that there's a variety of different share methods that you can share. I can either email it or text it, share it through social media. I can copy the link, or the last one on this particular video, I've already downloaded it, but you'll notice that there's the X that's right there. That means I've already downloaded it. I'll talk about that here in just a minute. But when it comes to emailing and texting, I'm just going to show you how simple that process is. And what we're seeing in the industry is texting is the preferred method of sharing nowadays. It used to be, if you went back 7-8 years ago, emailing was widely used. Now that we have smartphones that play videos, my guess is that most of you listening to this call tonight have watched a video on your phone tonight or throughout the day, whether it be through Facebook or whether it be something that somebody texted you. So I want to text the video now. What I'm going to do is select text, and what this will do is it'll pull up the contacts right from my device. I'm now going to, what I highly recommend, you can certainly search by just scrolling down to find the individual that you want to share it with. You also see along the right column, you have the alphabet there by last name that you can click on. But I use the search button at the very top to find the contact. So if I select search at the top right corner, and I'm just going to type in my name and go through the process of just texting it to myself. So I'm going to text myself, and what this will do is it'll allow me to then share that video that I just selected. Now, I never want to send a video to somebody without first having a conversation with them. You'll see that the text message was successfully sent. I'm now receiving the text message. Now, this is as if I'm the prospect, right? Or I'm the customer that I just received it. This is the experience that they're going to have. They just received the text. And again, never send a video to somebody without first having a conversation. Let them hear your passion. Let them hear your story. Master that 30 to 60 second story, and then share the video. So I'm going to click on the video. And now you'll notice that as I click on the video, I'm actually going to receive a message saying that I received, that the prospect is actually watching the video. You'll notice up there at the very top of the screen, I received a little push notification that says, hey, JJ's watching the video. That's one of the most important pieces of using this tool, is that the fact that you receive that notification helps with the follow-up. if you talk to any top leader within the industry, they're going to tell you that the fortune is made in the follow-up. And that's one of the most important pieces, or if you look at the steps of recruiting and sharing the story, following up is one of the most important steps. And so this tool is going to help you know exactly when and with whom to follow up with. So that now that they're here, they can play the video. You'll notice down here at the bottom of the screen, you can see that my contact information with my photo and my phone number and my email is listed there. I'm going to come back and talk about why it's important that you, in your settings area of the app, that you have your photo uploaded and your contact information there, because anytime you share content through the app, this is going to be visible to those people. So you want to make sure you have your phone number, your name as you want it displayed, and your picture. So now this is what we call the presentation player. Now they can go in and then click on the video to watch it and to get going. So I'm going to go back into the application. We're going to go back into the video. And I just want to quickly highlight a few of these other steps. So you can see that emailing and texting is a very similar process. And those are the only two share methods where you can receive a text message notification letting you know that your prospect is watching the video. You can also share content through social media, which I'll share in just a minute. In addition, we have this copy link feature. So right here where this copy link button is, if I select that, what that's going to do is it's going to now copy that. Now I can paste it somewhere else. One area that you might use that is on like Facebook Messenger, for example, or if you're involved in a private message with somebody and you want to just quickly message them a video, you can do that. When they click on the link, it's going to take them to the page that I just showed you to watch the video. Now keep in mind, when you copy the link and paste it somewhere outside of the app, you will not receive notification letting you know that they're watching it. So it's functional, it's easy, it's fast, but you don't want to always do that. If the preferred method would be to email it or to text it. So now that we've talked about those share methods, the last thing I wanted to quickly talk about was that I'm going to go into another video so you can see down here at the very bottom right, there's this download button. The download button allows you to be able to download the video to reside within the app. Now, the reason you would want to do that is because, for example, if you do any home meetings or anything like that, if you do a home meeting and you have you want to be able to airplay the video, or if you use an HDMI cable to be able to play the video from your phone to your TV, you basically have access to an entire library of content that you can play. And I would encourage you to download those videos first before you play them in your home during the home meeting presentation. Secondly, I would encourage you to download content. You'll notice that within the videos, there's a variety of different training videos. So for example, the Fast Track to Executive and other product training and other things like that. You can download that content before you go, for example, on an airplane. And if you have it downloaded, what that means is you can play it without having the internet. The other area of the app that you would want to do that is within podcasts. So the podcast is a whole library of audio content that you can listen to. And again, if you want to download it in advance, you can play that video or play that audio without the internet. So if you're jumping on an airplane, you've got a 4-hour flight, download some content before you go, and you can listen to it while you're in the air. All right, so now that we've done that, I want to go through and talk about a couple of other features. So we talked about the importance of sharing a video. To me, that's the most important medium. You guys should be using that every single day. I just recently read in Forbes magazine. Forbes magazine published an article that said that a new customer is 67% more likely to make a purchase if they've watched a video. So that's just part of the story, and I would argue to say that it's probably even more important within this industry. As you share the Isagenix story. The other thing I like about the videos and what Isagenix has done for you is they've provided a whole library of videos. Now, I want to just quickly mention, as you can see, the Body videos, the Transform Your Life video. There's all types of different videos, Enterprising Women video. And if you come over here to the View All button, this View All button allows you to be able to search by categories. So I can come in here and I can search for healthy aging videos, or if I want to come down to weight loss or wealth creation videos, I can do that. I also have the filter button at the top right corner. If I select filter, and if I wanted to come down, if I'm looking for only weight loss videos, I'm going to select weight loss, and then I'm going to push done. And then what that will do is it'll only show me the weight loss videos that are in my library. The other thing I can do is if I'm searching for content, this search filter that's up here in the little search icon, it's at the top of the app. You can use that, and if I'm looking for something like the new associate checklist, I can find that real easily by just typing it in, and it'll pull it up, and then I have access to that content. So that's a quick overview. The other thing I wanted to quickly mention is this My Likes up here. So you'll notice as I go through content, if I want to select the asset, you'll notice that right here there's this like button. So if you go ahead and like it, what that's going to do is it's going to add it. It's going to add it up here to the top of the media section. You'll notice that I just added this video and it's up here along the top. So that's going to save you time. And for me, as I look at a tool like this, it's the reason why I like it so much is that it's simple, it's intuitive, it doesn't require training, and it's going to save you time. It's going to make you more efficient. And so that's one of the ways that you can use this tool more effectively is to really take advantage of the My Like section and do and go ahead and like the content that you like to use a lot, and it'll save you time as you access it. Now let's talk a little bit just about, now that we've talked about videos, I want to spend just a minute talking about podcasts. So podcasts are great. These pull in and are updated automatically, so you'll notice that there's new content that'll come in periodically. And if you wanted to listen to a podcast, all you have to do is select the podcast that you want to listen to, and this little play button that's right here at the right, just right of the title. You could just push play, and what that will do is it will allow you to now listen to that podcast. What I like about this is that it will allow you to be able to listen to this even if I leave the app. So you'll notice that I close the podcast down, and you'll notice that it's still down here. So if I'm working out in the morning, I'm walking on the treadmill, or if I'm driving in my car, this is a way that you can plug into this training, both product and business training, on a daily basis. It just makes it easier for you to access that content. Now, this is all the same content that you can access from isagenixpodcast.com. This is automatically pulled in from that website. It just makes it easier for you to be able to access these amazing conference calls on a timely manner that it's best for you. So now that we've talked about podcasts, here's the other cool thing about this too. If you're listening to it, to this through the app, you listen to this ways to use AMP in your workouts. And after listening to it, you think, oh, so-and-so is an athlete, or so-and-so from my team would love to listen to this. I can come down and text it to them, right? I can share it with them, either email or text it, or I can even post it on Facebook. If I find that there might be some people in my audience or my network that might find it interesting, I can post it to Facebook. All right, let's keep going. I want to quickly highlight PDFs. So we have a whole library of PDFs, and one of my favorite assets in the PDF library are these product information sheets. So when you tap on a product information sheet, like this one is about the AMP protein bars, but every single product has a product information sheet. You guys will find that those are helpful. Another asset that I like a lot is the Science of Isogenics PDF. So if I scroll down, and I believe that is in the product section, and it's this, so you'll see all these product information sheets. But this Science of Isogenics PDF, if you're not familiar with it, I would encourage you to check it out because it's amazing. It has all types of great content that if somebody's a nutritionist or if they're a doctor, or a healthcare professional, this is a valuable asset that you can share. We also sell it in a hard copy form if you're interested. Okay, let's continue on. Now let's go through, and I want to talk a little bit about using the app to build your business through social media. I want to come down to the library of social media images that I have right here. Okay, so I'm now going to share with you, let's pick one of these assets to share. So I want to share Abby's story. So if I come in here to Abby's story, and if I select her image, now you'll notice that all of these images are generic, meaning that they do not show an Isagenix logo on them. They're not branded in any way, but we have all of these transformation before and after photos, and this is the same content that you would find in the lookbook. So what we've done is we've pulled the lookbook stories, we've made them into shareable social media images, and now you can go in and share them. So I'm going to go ahead and select social, and I'm going to tap on social. And then what this is going to do is it's going to pull up as I select social, what this is going to do is it's going to pull up a quick question that's going to ask me if I want to copy and paste the caption associated with the image. So I'm going to say that I do, I want to, because most of the images that we have a description or a caption that you can use as part of your post. So I'm going to select yes. And then after I do that, it's going to ask me, okay, where do I want to share it now? Do I want to put it on Instagram, Facebook, any social media network that you have on your device? It's going to pull up right here. Instagram, the Messenger app is here. So I'm going to share it through Facebook. So after I've done that, it's going to pull up Facebook. It's going to pull in the image that you'll notice there. And because I copied in the caption associated with it, all I have to do is put my finger there and paste it. So now it'll actually pull in her story right there. And so for those of you that do like a transformation, if you guys do like a Transformation Tuesday, for example, this would be a library of posts that you could use, and you have their stories and you have their images that you can share, a whole library of before and after posts. So that's one thing that I would share with you. The other thing is if you look at the friends up here, this little friends icon, if I select friends, it'll allow you to be able to come in here and share this through groups as well as different channels within your Facebook network. So just make sure that you're aware of that. A lot of you I know build through groups and have private groups and so forth. So make sure that you're aware of that feature as well as you share content from the app on Facebook. Okay, so now let's go, and I want to just spend a few minutes talking about, we also have a new feature that's the shareable websites that are part of the app. So these are, many of you probably have had situations where you had somebody that's ready to sign up and they're ready to go. So you could click on this sign up link, and this is going to take them to the sign up page, right? To get started by themselves. So you might find that helpful, or you might be talking to somebody that's interested in athlete products, for example. And if you wanted to send the performance page of your replicated site, you could do that. So, and again, if they go on and they place an order on their page, they will be able to, you'll be able to get credit for that sell because this is actually your website that you're texting to them, okay? So another feature that I wanted to make sure that you're aware of is the seasonal catalog that's right here. So this is an amazing tool. It has all of your seasonal products that are available, most of which are not sold out yet. So this is a great way for you to be able to share the catalog. And if you once you tap on it, all of the same share methods are right here. So I can email it, text it, share it through social media, or copy the link. And so this was actually last week the most shared asset within the application last week. And everyone's using this. So if you're not, you should be, because it's just a great way to be able to use this piece. And again, when I text it through the app, when my prospect or my customer clicks on it, it's going to ping me back and let me know that they're reviewing the catalog. So really great tool. One of the things I wanted to quickly highlight is this news feed that's down here, what we call the activity feed. So we're going to go to the middle section of the app. And what this basically does is this shows a complete history of all the shares that I've had within the app. So you can see, and most of which I've just been sharing with myself for like demo purposes. But you'll notice as I go down toward the bottom, I might have shared with a few other people. Like, for example, Lenny Evans, I was showing at ICU a couple weeks ago. I was sharing with him how easy it was to share the catalog from the app. And so you'll notice that I can come in here and I can actually I can actually mark him. You'll notice that he's highlighted as green. So I can actually come in here and I can slide his name over from left to right. And I can mark him as a reminder. So I can now you'll see that little green dot. And if I come up to my reminders, this is going to be all of the people that I need to follow up with or that I've tagged as a reminder. So one of the things that I teach as part of the the use of the app is the principle of 2 a day, 10 in play. So if you want to write that down, 2 a day, 10 in play. And what that basically means is you should have a goal to have 2 new contacts or 2 shares per day through the app. And at any given time, you're going to have up to 10 people that you're interacting with. And so this right here, this activity feed is going to hold yourself accountable. You're going to be able to go and say, on Friday, did I reach my 2 people? And at any given time, do I have up to 10 people that I'm interacting with? So 2 a day, 10 in play. And that's an amazing goal. You should teach all your people to be doing that. And the activity tracker, and this is where we are right now, is going to be able to kind of help give you a history of all your shares. Another thing that if I click on an individual's name, so I'm going to click on Amy's name, for example, and you'll notice that over here I have this activity feed. So this activity feed allows me to be able to click on her name and actually see what interactions I've had with her specifically. So now I can see what have I shared with her and if and when she's clicked on it. One other tip that would be helpful is if I slide my finger from right to left, so I'm just going to drag my finger from right to left, you'll notice that there's the date and time that I shared content with them and if and when they clicked on it. Again, another helpful tool as you begin to follow up with them, you're going to see the date and time that they're reviewing content. Okay, so now let's go. Now that we've done this, I want to, well, I'll spend one more, while we're in the contacts portion, you'll notice that down here, I have all of their contact information. I can call them. I also have a notes field. So if I wanted to write here in notes, need to follow up on Monday. You can keep track of conversations and everything like that right there. And now it keeps track in the notes field right here of my interactions with that person. All right, so now that we've talked about the sharing of content, and hopefully you've learned a few different tips as you've used this amazing tool. There's one last tip that I want to just encourage you to be aware of is this edit button up here in the top right. So if I tap on edit, what this will allow me to do is now this is all of my content by categories. So if I use videos and say I use the seasonal catalog a lot and I want it to be at the top, all I have to do is click on the little bars that are right here on the right. I'm going to click on the bars and I'm going to drag this up and I'm going to place it right after videos. And then I'm going to save it and I'm going to push done. And you'll notice that now it's going to move the seasonal catalog to be my third option to see right there. So you can customize your toolbar or your list of categories by just using that edit feature up there at the top right. Okay. All right. So that basically covers most of what I wanted to share with you as far as social media, sharing videos, using the activity feed. I just want to spend one last second talking about contacts. Now the contacts feature is within the app. You're basically syncing your contacts directly from your phone. And then we have this ability, in this business that we're always, what's the first thing that you do with a brand new person? You're helping them build a list of people that are going to reach out to. And when you think about it, where is their most effective list to work with? Their warm market. And their warm market list is exactly, I see all of you lifting up their phones. Their warm market list is right in their phone contacts. So what we're going to do is we're going to import those contacts into the app. And now that we're here, we can swipe from left to right to mark that person as hot, or left from right to left to mark that person as cold. And you'll notice that I have my group of hot up here and my group of cold. So, and again, if I wanted to also, we have this swipe feature at the top left corner. So if I select swipe, what this allows me to do is I can swipe to the right for hot, swipe to the left for cold, and I can swipe up. If I want to swipe up to skip the person, I can do that, or swipe down to hide them or remove them from my list. So again, this is just kind of a faster, funner way to build my list using the contacts on my phone. And one last tip as we wrap up the call tonight that I wanted to share with you is just the importance of keeping this simple. Isagenix does a really good job of providing a lot of content, right? But if you're just getting started and you're getting new people going, I would tell them just really focus on using videos. Just if they can just start to text a video, just transform your life video, and that's the first exposure piece, that's going to help them. The other thing that I really like, and the reason why I like the use of this tool, whether you like it or not, as you are interacting with a potential customer or a potential team member, they're going to be watching you and they're going to be thinking to themselves, can I do what that person is doing? Right? They're going to be asking themselves, can I do what that person is doing? So you need to appear as if you're really duplicatable. And if you keep it simple, if you can share a short 30-second story and then allow these tools to be the message, you're going to be able to create that duplication. You're going to be able to create that impression to those people saying, oh yeah, all they did was text me a video. I watched the video and I bought products. That's important, and it's another reason to use this tool to build your business. I would also encourage you that every time you have a new member, I just talked to a leader while I was at Isagenix University in Phoenix a couple weeks ago. She said the very first thing she does with a brand new team member is she tells them to get the IsaTools app, because it just creates that duplication, allows them to leverage those tools. And we did a study with one of our clients where we did a case study, and those brand new people that used tools within their first 30 days are 4 times more likely to be involved in the business 9 months later. So another reason to use tools, I talked about duplication, I talked about activity, I talked about credibility. Another reason is retention. If you use tools and if you teach your people to use tools, you're going to retain them better. So, you know, another reason to use the IsaTools app is for retention purposes. So one last thing as we wrap up the call. I talked about before this page here. So this is what we call the presentation player. This is where your prospects go to watch the video or to view the catalog that you shared or whatever you shared with them. Your contact information is right here down at the bottom. So we're going to go back into the app. And in your settings area of the app, you want to do two things. You want to make sure that this share setup is right here. You want to go in here and make sure that this share setup is set up properly. So you'll go into your contact information. You'll make sure that you've uploaded a photo from your phone and you have your name there. You'll notice that I have both mine and my wife's name there. If you build this with your spouse, you can share the app by doing that. The other thing that you want to do is make sure your email and phone number are there so that people can contact you if they have questions. The other thing that I wanted to quickly highlight, so that's what you'll need to do as far as making sure your share setup is set up. The other thing I want to tell you is this lead capture page that's right here, make sure this is turned off. This is a very advanced feature that requires somebody to enter their information before they view content. I would encourage you to leave this off for now and don't turn that on. And then the last thing I want to share with you is the notifications. So we talked about how, one of the main reasons you're using the app is it's going to save you time, going to make you more efficient. You've got the entire library of content right there. But receiving a notification when your prospect engages in content is extremely important and valuable. So one of the things you can also do is, aside from receiving a push notification, which is an immediate response as soon as they click on content, you can also receive an email and text message. So as long as you have this green button turned on and you have your email filled out and your phone number filled out, in addition to a push notification, you can also receive an email or text. So those are the two areas of the settings area that I want to make sure that you're set up properly. Make sure you got your share setup done and your notifications turned on, and you're ready to go to build this business. And again, we just encourage you, keep it simple. Remember that 2 a day, 10 in play. Let these tools help you, keep yourself active and constantly sharing the story, and let the videos be the message. So again, I appreciate the opportunity to be on your call tonight. Hopefully you guys have learned a few tips. Maybe I can come back another night and do another call where I can share with you a few tips as you use the desktop system, which is part of the Pro. Those of you that aren't using the app and don't know how to get it, what you'll do is you'll go to your back office, you'll log into your back office, you'll click on resources, and then you'll go to, under resources, go to IsaTools. After you've gone to IsaTools, you can set up your account and then download the app. And you'll just enter the username and password that you use from your back office to log into the app. And so that's the process. I'm guessing most of you have already done that. Those of you that are bringing on new team members, make sure you're familiar with that process. Go to your back office, go to resources, go to IsaTools, set up the account. Then you can download the app from the App Store. And again, this is built for both the iPhone or iOS software as well as the Android software that you can use from Google Play. So both of those platforms are serviced, and so that's how you get your new people going. And those of you that don't have the app yet, that's how you get started if you want to give it a shot. So anyway, again, I want to thank you for letting me be on your call tonight. Hopefully this was helpful. And again, maybe I can come back in a few weeks and share a few tips as you use the desktop or the IsaTools Pro system.
JJ, we really appreciate your time. I don't know if you can hear me, but thank you so much. And I also don't know if you saw in the chat, if somebody could ask some questions. Let us know if it's possible. Jordan, could he hear you? He's not just hearing me?
JJ, can you hear me? No, it doesn't look like he can hear anybody.
Really?
That's
Danielle,
odd.
I'm sorry, I can't hear anything, unfortunately.
Can you go to the chat? Can you go to chat?
Do you have his cell phone number? We can text him to look at the chat.
Yeah, I have to look for it at the bottom of his signature on his email, which is here. Let me just see. Let me just call him real quick.
Okay.
Hang on one second, you guys. Yeah, that's me.
This is JJ. I'm sorry I missed your call. Leave me a message or send me a text.
Okay, we'll have to try text. So funny. I would love to ask a couple of questions. That's kind of why I wanted to do this, you guys. So let me stop the recording.